Good morning. Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
We are at our home base here in Seattle. The room that was my bedroom for the last couple days.
Yep.
I've converted it back to the studio.
Looks great.
It does. It actually, I cleaned it up. You know what? Sometimes it's nice to just go through things, reorganize, all that stuff. Yes, Z from NYC. Tonight is a do or die game, or really a do or stay rich in baseball game. None of them are really going to die.
We as fans will.
I hope not.
Imagine that was like very Hunger Games-esque. Like if you as a team lose, all your fans die.
I think you should only get your full salary if you win a World Series. And then your salary, if you don't make the playoffs, you get half. If you make the playoffs, you get 75%. And if you win the World Series, you get the full amount.
Okay.
You know?
pitch that to them.
Because like someone like Mike Trout right now is making $40 million a year to not even go to the playoffs. What a bum.
Elisa said it was Anthony in the doghouse. No, my entire family is here, and they've been taking up all the rooms.
Yeah. I'm also just a couch sleeper in general, so that doesn't really bother me. I sleep on the couch pretty often.
I was on the other couch.
Dave C., thank you very much. 10 Tier 1 subs. Thank you very much for that.
The Maries are making breakfast. Let them be.
Level 4 is complete, and I think we're going to be at level 5, too, which means Carla Marie will have to start whipping up the shot. And if you're new to the stream, what we do is there's a way to support the stream. You can either follow, subscribe on your own, subscribe with Prime, gift a subscription, or cheer with bits, which are like tips. All of those things contribute to a boost train, which is what it's called now. And apparently that gives us more recommendations to people. Every time we get to level 5, we take a shot. So,
and our friends at Seattle Cocktail Club each week give us like a new alcohol to try or a new shooter. We're actually doing shots today.
All right, what are we doing? Because we made it. We're in level 6 right now.
So National Mezcal Day is on Friday, whatever the 21st is.
Friday.
And we are doing 3 different mezcals this week.
Oh.
All from the same company, I believe. Yeah, Banez. And today we have the Banez, Joven, Espadin, and Baril. Can you say that better?
What is it?
The first line.
Banez. Would that be so? Banez Oven, I guess. Espadin and Baril.
Okay. Martha said, anyone else ever see Hype Train? I've never seen Boost.
Is Boost Train only on our end?
No, people have been seeing Boost Train for like 2 weeks now.
Oh, Lenny says he thinks on mobile it says Hype. Okay. David Lim, thank you very much for those 1,000 bits. Appreciate that very much. Sniffles over here.
So I had a cough drop this morning. And this is going to taste awful.
Well, to have some water between then.
By the way, check out my new Twitch name, CM. Pamela from SoCal. Ooh.
So I checked in with my cousin Rudy, who was born in Southern California, lived most of his life there, is there now. And I said, hey, we were having this discussion on Twitch as to whether or not people say SoCal out loud. Like, I understand you could type it shorthand, but do people actually say, like, oh, I'm from SoCal? And he said, normally, if you're talking to someone from Southern California, they'll just say where they're from, like Orange County, LA, things like that. And then I mentioned how Pamela said no one uses Cali, and he agreed. He said, no, we hate Cali. And then I told him my reasoning.
But what about Cali Burger?
I don't think they have Cali Burger in Cali. Fornia. Wait, we got another 10 gifted tier 1. Wait, how many? 20 gifted subs? Jesus. Why? Thank you very much. I think he's trying to get all the way to the sub goal by himself.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of mezcal.
Okay.
It's smoky. I don't generally like that. But we're doing this with an orange and a worm salt. The worm salt is
got the worm salt's actually really good. We finally made it to boost train level 8. This is the first time we've gotten to level 8.
But it's label. We have had people. Do you live in SoCal?
Me?
No.
Who are you talking to?
It's label. The person's name.
Oh.
The only people who use SoCal are people who don't live there. We have people who live there who say SoCal and have lived there their whole lives. It's like there's people here that refer to Seattle as Sea-Town, and there's other people that don't.
Do you think?
Sea-Town Sweets grew up calling Seattle Sea-Town.
Yeah.
I think it depends what part of the city you've lived in.
Life is a Hike, thank you very much for that subscription with Prime, because we are now through level 8 and into level 9. Lunchbox Lob with 5 gifted tier 1 subs. Man, we are racking it up today.
What's going on?
You ready, Carla Marie? So this is Mezcal, and we have
From a company called Banez. Let me show you the bottle. This is the first one we're trying this week. Ooh. There we go.
I want to make sure we don't have anyone else to thank real quick after Lunchbox Lob. No, we're good. Here we go. Thank you to everyone who, I mean, we're still going with the hype train. If we get to level 10, I think we might have to, I'll do at least another shot, because that means we doubled our goal. So cheers to everyone who supported the stream. I got to be real careful with this one.
Oh, yeah, because it's old baby mezcal.
Cheers to you, Carla Marie. Cheers to Seattle Cocktail Club.
Oh, my God. I just spilled it everywhere.
The salt makes it worth it. Pamela from SoCal just gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you very much. And another 1,000-bit. David Lim going absolutely bonkers today. 1,000 bits right there.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Lisa, I am also losing my mind with the level of this boost. You right there?
I spilled it everywhere.
So then what are you struggling with if you didn't
It
drink
really
it?
was not a good idea to have a cough drop before that.
Miss Edel got another gifted or a subscription there.
So
Thank
the wildfire smoke,
Mhm.
I think that's what this is. I'm going to take a COVID test at some point.
You should take it before everyone leaves.
I know. But then they're going to be stuck here.
Well, whatever. Do you not want them stuck here? Because I don't care.
So the smoke is getting so bad.
So
Now,
you're ignoring the question.
if you watch the Mariners Cheaters game on Saturday, that game was played here. All 18 innings of the one game was played here. You could physically see the smoke even when they were just zoomed in on the pitcher and the batter.
Yeah.
You were like, what? Why does that look like that? Smoke.
What really made it stand out was they have the green screens behind the batter, and normally it's kind of color corrected so that it looks like it fits in that setting, because they'll place ads over it for the national TV audience. And because it was so hazy because of the smoke, the ads looked like they were just like JPEGs put on the screen.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We are almost 50% of the way through Hype Train level 10. If we make the next 50%, I will take another one of these mezcal shots. And shout out to Jen and David C. and Lisa for gifting a bunch of subs to get us this far.
So the smoke that I have never seen it this bad. I've heard a lot of people at the Seahawks game yesterday were saying the same thing. They've never actually seen it this bad, where it's been going on for 2 to 3 weeks. We don't have the ash necessarily on the windowsill, but our car definitely has stuff on it, and it's not pollen, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's like, I noticed it yesterday. My voice was starting to go before the game, and it's just, I have been sleeping with the air on, windows closed. I mean, it's also been 82 degrees, so.
Real quick, Robbie and Everett just gifted 5 tier 1 subs. We're at 97% of the way there. Miguel in Miami, Florida gifted 1,000 bits. David Lim, another 1,000 bits from David Lim, and its label continued their sub that was gifted from
that's
Jen.
awesome.
So thank you very much for that. And there it is. Boost Train level 10. Carla Marie, pour it up. I got to do another one.
Oh, should I do it too?
You don't have to.
I'll do a baby one.
Okay. Britt from Chattanooga. I don't know if I said that weird. Britt from Chattanooga, thank you very much for those 1,000 bits.
Going down to Chattanooga. What's the song?
I don't know what you're singing.
I do that every time we see your name.
What?
Someone knows that country song.
I don't know.
You're going to do the yellow one.
What?
Because I put more.
Oh. We're now in level 11, which is the highest we've ever gone in a boost train because they've now removed the cap. It used to be level 5 was the highest you could go. And once you completed that, it was over. Well, it wasn't over, but you could get it was 100% or 200% of level 5. We are now at level 11. This is the furthest we've ever gone. And I guess, and I don't need this to happen, if we get to level 15, I'll have to take another one, but we'll see. Again, no pressure. You guys have supported more than enough today. Cheers to you for the support, Carla Marie.
No.
Oh, that's yours. Cheers to you for the support. To level 11 today. Cheers.
I just want to drink a little soup in here.
All right.
Mm-mm-mm.
Now, that still has about 3.5 minutes for the boost train to completely end. I wish we had like wet ones. Oh, and then Audrey the LNG said, I'm about to get my You Look Great merch. That's awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you very much. Great question. Britt from Chattanooga. Why is it called a boost train now instead of a hype train? This is something that happened in the last couple of weeks. And a hype train, even though all of those things that you would do to get a hype train going help us kind of tweak the algorithm of suggestions on the main Twitch page in our favor, the boost train, once you hit a certain level, which I believe is 5, actually sends out some sort of recommendation to 2,000 people. I don't know.
I don't know if it.
How or who.
When you log onto Twitch, it'll say recommended for you in one of the spots, and I think that's what it does.
So then it adds us to 2,000 people's pages.
It's essentially like getting likes on Instagram and it showing up to more people.
That's cool.
Views, I imagine.
Wendy from Brooklyn said, I am so excited because last night we decided to look into booking a family cruise next year. Have either of you heard of MSC Cruise? I have not. We're going to Port Canaveral, Florida, Nassau, Bahamas, and Ocean Cay, Bahamas as well. Definitely need to get my ID and passport. Yes, you do. But I've never heard MSC. I think I only know the big ones, and obviously Norwegian we're tight with, but that's it. What? Yes?
Did you actually just say we're tight with?
Yeah, we're tight with them. Are we not?
We're tight? What is it? What year is this? Are you 7?
People say that all the time.
They don't.
Okay. Let's see. Lisa, thank you very much for an additional gifted tier 1 sub. Appreciate that. Oh, and it's leaving out of Manhattan. That is very beneficial, Wendy. All right. 90 seconds left there. We're going to move over to the main screen for a second. If this somehow gets to level 12, we'll come back to this screen. But on the show today, I feel like we've wasted enough time. Honey from a Stranger. Going to talk about that quickly. Dog people are indeed crazy.
Yeah.
If you're a dog person, we're going to have some beef in a little bit, but we will have the phone lines open as well. The world's hottest bald man. Apparently some research was done.
It's The Rock.
It is not The Rock.
I don't believe it.
The world's hottest bald man. We'll talk about who the winner is and how the research firm got there. And then this is actually pretty crazy and serious. Amaranth, who we've talked about on this show a handful of times.
Yeah.
She's like one of the biggest Twitch streamers out there. Bombshell announcement yesterday that like literally is shaking Twitch to its core.
Okay.
Have you heard about this at all?
No
Carla
idea.
Marie?
Oh boy.
And it's sad as well. Let's see. What?
For the top thing, can I go get it and also blow my nose?
Yeah, go for it. The boost train is over. Let's see. Success. Maybe it like sent us to more people. Let's see. Level 10 completed. And damn, 76 subs. Thank you very much. 3, 2, 1. I wonder if you guys are seeing this thing in the chat like I am. All right, 2,000 recommendations. I was hoping they'd give us like 4,000 since we doubled level 5, but 2,000 is still very good. Pamela from SoCal, you're going to have to wait until we actually talk about the list. I mean, obviously, you could Google it yourself if you want to, but it's more fun if you hang with us. I don't know how long Carla Marie is going to be here for me to kick off this Honey from a Stranger thing. Because I kind of hear her yapping downstairs. Yep, she's still yapping. Yapping and blowing. You good? Yeah. All right. So, honey from a stranger. As kids, obviously, we were told not to take candy from a stranger. But no one told us that as adults, we shouldn't take honey from a stranger. So I did. And this is what happened. It was Saturday? Yes, Saturday. I was walking back home, and there was a group of older people, all gray hair, like significantly older than me. And they were trying to take a selfie.
Yes.
So as I was walking by, I offered to take the picture for them. And they thanked me, all that stuff.
I always do that to people because I understand. I know the struggle.
Yeah. So they thanked me, and as I was walking away, I was also, and this is the fun part, Carla Marie. So as I was taking the picture, I was wearing a You Look Great hoodie.
Yes.
And they were all like, "Oh, you look great." And they were pointing at the camera, and it was really great for a photo setting. But as I was walking away, they called me back, and they said, "Hey, sir, come back here." So I went back, and the one guy goes, "My buddy here is a bee farmer, and we want to give you some honeycomb as a thank you for taking our picture." And he says you can just bite it and eat it.
Yeah, so funny enough, while this was happening to Anthony, we were at Pike Place Market, and my niece actually bought a honeycomb while we were there.
So you just bite it?
Yes, so, but this is going to get sticky.
Is anyone familiar with eating honeycomb? Because I know this is going to sound stupid. I've only had honey in like packets, lozenges, or the little, squirt bottle.
Yeah.
I've never just eaten a honeycomb. Do you swallow it? Yeah, he had it in the plastic ready to roll.
There's still a bee in there.
There's not a bee in there.
That looks like a bee. I'm not eating that spot. Well, now do I got to get a fork?
You cut it and eat it, says my cousin Michelle.
So I got to get a fork and a knife.
Yeah, I guess so. So we chop and I actually chew it. I don't spit out the rest of it.
They're cargo pants.
What did you say? Did you put it in your pants?
They like my pants.
Oh, do you like Carla Marie's pants? Luis Belcher said, "I've heard it's good, so just do it." All right, Carla Marie's going to grab a plate and a fork and a knife. Oh, sweet. Brian from Post Falls, Idaho. I got a compliment on my You Look Great zip up from a TSA agent yesterday. Flight attendants usually love the You Look Great stuff. Martha, I was wondering the same thing. Does he just carry around a bunch of containers of honeycomb? Maybe. Maybe they were going to some sort of honey expo. Maybe it was for one of his friends. I don't know. Then one of the other ladies that was with the group, there was like 7 or 8 of them, opened up a bag of candy and said, "I know you're not supposed to take candy from a stranger, but would you like some candy?" And there was an Almond Joy in there. So I said, "You know what? I'm going to roll the dice. And if I die over an Almond Joy, I'll take it." I didn't die. I ate it right away. I didn't die yet. So, have you ever released You Look Great sweatpants? We did pajama pants. Oh, I see a visitor here. Where's our utensils?
So if we eat this and die, who are they gonna? We don't even have a business to go back to.
No, just some honey farmer that was at Mike's Chili.
Honey is one of the best
Saturday
things you can really eat.
Good morning, Sunali.
Would you like to cut into it so people can see?
All right.
There's like a dark spot there.
So I just eat it. You can put it
I
down.
was gonna do
No, I'm not gonna.
see.
No.
Well, no, for the camera. Ah, are you kidding?
You grabbed it. Are you kidding?
Okay.
I don't want that big of a piece. I need a little piece to eat.
Do it for, whoa.
It's honey. Okay, could you just cut the piece? Yeah, that's way too much, Carla.
No,
I'm
I
doing
was just
a
cutting
little.
it so the people could see how it slices.
So I'm gonna eat like this. This is a good piece, according to the chat.
Oh, I just broke it. Man, I wonder how hard the bees had to work for this.
Okay, this is a good piece, says Miguel in Miami, Florida. What do you
Wait,
know about bees?
Are you waiting?
Oh, I was not going to. 'Cause
They
it's
have
dripping.
bees in Florida.
They don't have bees in Florida. They don't even have bugs there. Just iguanas.
They don't have bugs.
I
in
made that up.
Florida?
Yes, Carla Marie did just lick the knife.
Oh my god, this made it like leak everywhere.
All right, cheers
It's gonna get stuck.
to the bee farmer. Oh, it just tastes fresh.
Or it could be bad. You don't know what fresh honey.
No, this
tastes
is
like.
very fresh.
No, but I don't like the comb part.
Well, you just put it on the table.
It is very good, except the hard part. Are you supposed to eat that?
Everyone said you're just supposed to eat it. I'm trying not to chew into the microphone. All right. I can eat it. It's just beeswax.
Yeah, but that seems interesting.
All right. What was very Arab? What did I do?
Yeah, honey is like the only thing that doesn't ever go bad.
And Twinkies.
Oh my God.
I really can't. Like, I'm trying to finish this last part. It's not working.
You didn't add sports to the list.
Okay, everyone just imagine sports is on the bottom of that list.
No, not bottom.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the wax.
Not a fan.
All right.
Oh, you said it's very fresh.
I gotta wash my hand though, because I got some honey on it, and I don't like sticky
Wash
hands.
your hand. Only one of them.
Yeah, only one of them's
Can
dirty.
you give me a piece of toilet paper?
For your nose or for your hands?
Nose.
Or for your butt?
My butt. Finding my perfect awkward is here. Kira, are we going to see you this weekend? I think we're going to. I did know that, Wendy, in Virginia, honey is used by wildlife rehabbers to tend wounds. It's honey is like the all-encompassing treatment. Is that the word I'm looking for? When we were in Vancouver, there was a store called the Honey Shop, and we went in there. They had like honey face masks, all kinds of things, and I asked them for a specific honey for sore throats, so we had it when we get sick, inevitably, and they recommended one, and now we have it.
All right. We are going to move on from the thrilling topic of honey and listening to Carla Marie blow her nose. The rest of Carla Marie's family is still here. They're downstairs enjoying their morning and eating.
They may make an appearance by the end
What
of
are
the show.
you doing with them later today? Because they leave today, right?
Yeah, we need to leave for the airport at 1:30. I'm going to take them to the Starbucks Roastery today,
Okay.
the Reserve, or whatever it is, in Capitol Hill. There were a few other things that I would say throughout the weekend, like, oh, we'll do that Monday, and I don't remember what they were, so.
There's also not a lot of time. So why are we not supposed to accept honey from a stranger?
Well,
Probably
because
because
this wasn't sealed, like.
yeah, it was just some random dude on the street giving me some honey. And with Halloween season approaching, who knows what he could have stuck in there? Razor
Yeah.
blades,
Did that ever happen?
meth. I don't know.
Did they ever put razor blades in?
I don't know. Someone probably did somewhere.
Yes, Kira, we are going to the meetup in Vegas on Friday, right?
And we're not going to road trip to Vegas. We are actually going to fly there. It just didn't make sense with such a short weekend to spend about 32 to 34 hours of it driving. So we ponied up and found the cheapest flight that we could within
was
reason.
$360.
Still not cheap. Oh, he could have just regifted it. Maybe he lied about being a bee farmer.
I want one day, mark my words, write it down somewhere. I'll be a bee farmer.
I would get one of those bee cabinets that you see when you're driving around.
To bee farmer.
That's all you have to do to be a bee farmer is just have one of those bee drawers.
Yeah.
Seems like a pretty lame farm.
But I'm still scarred from seeing My Girl.
Huh? Oh, when Macaulay Culkin gets...
Don't
Right?
spoil it.
I'm not spoiling it. The movie came out 37 years ago. Right?
Yeah.
Something like that. No, so Kira's... You know, this is actually a good reminder that not everyone hears the full conversation, so it's good to recap. This honey came from a stranger on the street who I took a picture of, and then his friend claimed it was a big group of people that were trying to take a selfie. I helped them out. The friend said, hey, my friend's a bee farmer. Why don't you take this as a token of our appreciation? And I said, sure.
Here
Now,
we are.
We
Still
move
live.
on. Dog people are crazy. Now, I know there's a lot of dog people here, and this has nothing to do with like dogs versus cats or anything like that. But in this week's installment of You Can't Trust People with Anything, another person got kicked off of a plane. And it turns out the reason she was kicked off of her flight, was, I guess, a flight attendant was telling this woman that before they took off, obviously, her dog couldn't be in her lap. Maybe the whole flight, but at least while they were
Your dog can't be unless
taking
it's
off.
a service pet. There it goes.
How about some water?
I just Just had a sip. Unless it's a service pet, it can't come out of its carrier.
So
Although
she
it
decided to throw a fit, start screaming at everybody when she was told she was going to have to leave, screaming at people that were filming her, and I think she chucked a water bottle at somebody. And this was all because she wanted to fly with her dog on her lap, which I get it, doesn't sound like a big deal. But I feel like it's always dog people who are like, no, my dog's different. My dog listens. It's like, no, your dog is still a dog.
Every vet will tell you you have no idea what will happen to your pet when they go up in an airplane because their sounds, the altitude, everything, they're very scared. Whatever temperament your pet is at home doesn't mean that that is what they will be at 30,000 feet. So that's a big reason why they want you to keep your animal. Because if your animal starts biting people on an airplane, your animal is going to get put down. And this is a lot of like, not necessarily on the airplane, but that's what happens. So it's really to protect your animal as well. We took Max out at one point. And if someone would have told me to put her away, I would have put her away.
Absolutely.
But even emotional support pets, they, A, can't travel for free anymore. And B, I think they still need to be in a carrier. It's only service dogs.
I think one of the problems with service dogs and emotional support pets or animals in general is everyone knows someone who got a doctor to write them
Not for service dogs.
Not for service dogs, but for the emotional support dogs. Or emotional support pets, I should say. Everyone knows someone who got some doctor they know to write them a note that says, yes, this is an emotional support animal. And like none of it's real anymore.
I know.
Which is a huge disservice to the people who do have an emotional support animal for real reasons. Because I know a lot of soldiers that come back have emotional support dogs.
Those would probably be.
It's not a service. I don't think it's a service dog at that point. I think it's still an emotional support animal. But because it was kind of like back in the day before weed became legal in so many places, everyone knew a doctor in California that could just give you a prescription that says like, oh yeah, you need medical marijuana. Same thing. It's the same thing. And it ruins it for people with because then people start lumping them in together, right? Emotional support dogs and service animals or service dogs. And no one takes them seriously anymore. I mean, there's times where I see people walking around the gym with service animals, and I'm like, that's not real.
Like,
and who am I to judge?
I could probably get one of my cats to be my emotional support pet, but I can still function without them.
And that's that you don't need the fact that you don't need it is probably
Does it
evidence enough.
Does it keep having them around make me happier and calmer? Yes, but that's anything.
Yeah, but you know what?
You know, like
standing in line at airport security not standing in line at airport security would make me more comfortable. I still have to deal with it. Like just because it's making you more comfortable doesn't mean it's necessary.
Right, but I'm just saying that's what I'm agreeing with.
Let's see. My mother-in-law has one and doesn't need it, just doesn't want to leave her dog at home. That's a perfect example. And it's always.
But airlines no longer accept emotional support certificates for your animals. You have to pay for them, and they count in the quota for traveling. So most airlines will only allow 4 pets on board at a time. So you got to
reserve that like early.
Unless it's a service pet, I believe.
Crystal says, I love my animals, 2 cats, 2 dogs, a turtle, and a dozen chickens, high fresh eggs. One day when I do have actual property and a home, I think I do want to get chickens.
Chickens and bees.
Like, I don't know, 4 chickens.
We can call our farm Chicken and Bees.
And
no chicken.
At some point, after you let them like have because they do an egg a day, I believe, right? Is that normal? 1 egg a day per chicken. So you give them 2 weeks. Now you're going to have eggs forever at that point.
But you eat 6 eggs a day.
Yeah, but I have to give them some run up, some lead time, right? I'll store them. Once I get to like 2 dozen, then I'll start eating my normal eggs.
Just buy eggs.
I could just buy eggs as well. The best phone tap was about an animal on a plane. That's right. That was David Brody's phone tap. The cat.
Lenny's.
My cat is going.
My cat is going. It's the first phone tap I ever remember listening to on my way to middle school.
The first phone tap I ever remember still remember was I was driving to go work for my dad when he was at the Paramus Jewelry Exchange or Jewelry Center on Route 4 in Paramus. And it was David Brody doing a phone tap where he was calling a dad and the daughter needed some sort of permission for like an adult movie she was going to be filming. Something along those lines. And it was good.
I also remember the one where there was like a dog that bit him.
I don't remember that one.
I kicked your dog.
No, that wasn't a phone tap. That was like...
But he imitated it in a phone tap.
Oh, he did? Because that was an old like E-Bombs World
What's
video.
His name? Wasn't it this guy? But Brody like kind of imitated it in a phone tap.
For the mailman said, call your chicken and bee farm Wings and Stings.
Yeah, but I don't want to be stings.
We'll just put them far away.
I don't want bee stings.
Moving on from Honey from a Stranger, which actually turned out to be pretty good.
We are moving on from Dog People Are Crazy.
And Dog People Are Crazy. The world's hottest bald man.
Says who?
Says a SEO and marketing firm in the UK.
Well, what do they know? SEO.
Well, here's what they did.
Websites.
They did a study and they put together a bunch of different criteria to then create an equation essentially that would give them the world's hottest bald man. Okay. First thing they did was the golden ratio, which has been used for centuries to figure out if like facial proportions are beautiful, right?
I've heard of that.
So they used that and they used the ratios of these real men and compared them to the golden ratio. Shine factor was number 2. How
Like
shiny their bald head is.
So we want shiny or we
I
don't?
guess that shiny was a good thing.
I don't think I like shiny.
They did this by transforming images of each contender into the standard RGB spectrum. An inverse power curve was then applied before multiplying that RGB value by their respective coefficiencies.
But I don't like, I'm not a fan of the shine. Like Jeff Bezos versus The Rock is what I'm thinking right now. Jeff Bezos is shiny.
Very shiny.
The Rock is not.
No. The Rock's also been wearing some real questionable things recently.
He always wears
just a vest, like a button-down vest.
He also spent the 90s wearing just booty shorts.
Yeah. Next, so the third factor they took into account, public opinion, which seems legit. Now, here's the 2 things that I don't like about what they did. The 2 last factors of the 5. So first was golden ratio of the face, shine factor of the head, public opinion, which they used a lot of social media stats for that.
Yeah, but if people are tweeting about someone, that doesn't mean that they're hot.
Well, they used hot encoding emojis, like the heart eyes, kissy lips, things like that. The next 2 things they used, though, were height and net worth. So the shorter a man was, the less likely he was going to be put on the hottest bald man in the world list.
Danny DeVito.
Yes, there's a lot of reasons Danny DeVito would not be on the list, though.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. And then this is the thing that bothers me the most, is the last thing on the list was net worth.
Yeah, like then Jeff Bezos is number 1, and he is a little weasel.
So
sorry, Jeff.
Maybe this goes into the way women really think. I don't know if any of this matters.
I mean, I guess if The Rock wasn't rich, would he be as hot?
Let me put this on the screen now that we went through all of that. The hottest bald man in the world, according to this list, is Vin Diesel.
I'll give him that.
I think Vin Diesel looks like an inflated thumb.
I mean, The Rock is so much hotter than Vin Diesel.
So then you have Stanley Tucci.
I think Stanley Tucci's hotter than Vin Diesel.
I would put him higher than Vin Diesel.
Oh, Shamar Moore.
I don't know who that is.
He's from is it CSI or SVU, one of those shows.
Pitbull, number 4?
Stop it.
And then I guess Prince William, this is the first time Prince William has not been number 1 in 3 years. He was the champion last year and the year before.
Because he's not. Because people are like, sir, we hear you and your family are racist.
Maybe, but I don't think that changed any of these numbers.
Jason Statham is hotter than all 5.
This is the person I would have put number 1 on this list, and that's actually visible in the top 10. Jason Statham, I would have put at number 1. Bruce Willis, I disagree.
No.
Joe Rogan, I put in the same category as Vin Diesel. Looks like a bruised thumb. It looks like you were nailing something down.
Get this company on the horn.
And you hammered your thumb. That's Joe Rogan. The Rock, I would have put him at maybe number 2. Maybe number 3 after Stanley Tucci. And then Mike Tyson.
No. This list is ass backwards.
Well, you would have put Mike Tyson first?
The Rock is definitely in top 3. Go up. The Rock is definitely in top 3. Jason Statham is number 1.
Okay.
I'd say maybe Shamar Moore
Yeah, this guy's probably number 2.
2, Rock 3, Stanley Tucci 4. The rest is kill and do Marry Kill.
I think I'd put Rock at number 4. I'd go Statham.
You're doing that.
Shamar.
That's not Statham.
I know, but I'm just pointing to where the one is. The one is. I'd go Statham, Shamar is his name, Stanley Tucci, and then The Rock. Because The Rock doesn't look like this anymore.
Yes, he does.
That's a picture. Have you seen The Rock? I follow The Rock on Instagram. That's his face from like 5 years ago.
Well, what does it look like now?
I don't know. Older?
That's okay. Can I see what the chat says?
Yes.
Take me to the chat. Michael Jordan is not going to be on that list.
But if it's if height and net worth are there,
wait, Idris is bald. Idris Elba's bald.
No, I thought he just has like a really close buzz.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't count him as bald. Joe Rogan does not even belong on the list.
No, I don't think he belongs on the list.
Jason Momoa did shave his head, didn't he?
But he's not bald.
Yeah.
He just buzzed it. Being buzzed and being bald is totally different.
Florida Kim said this is all wrong. Cauliflower thumb.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like. But I guess if they're using... Here's the thing, though. The public opinion and the social media sentiment, I don't think ever revolves around Joe Rogan's looks. So I don't know how they used social media in this thing.
That's true. Angela in Spokane said Shamar Moore is the highest for me. He was on Criminal Minds. I knew. I couldn't remember what it was.
I mean, literally the only thing I know about that guy is that image that we put on the screen earlier.
So hot in his like, I guess not a cop, but detective outfit.
Yeah, that's literally the only time I've seen that man in my whole life. Good looking guy.
Pamela, you're right. Put this list in the garbage.
Garbage. Done.
Delete it.
And done.
Erase it from your cache.
Is it cache?
It's cache.
I was going to say, I've always said cache.
But Cache was a store in New Jersey.
Wait, have we decided, is Idris... Oh, open the phone lines. I could do that.
Oh, cool. While you get the phone lines up, I'm going to blow my...
Thank you for going elsewhere to do that. Let me get the phone lines ready. The number, by the way, 201-305-0894. 205... I'm sorry, that's not even a number. 201-305-0894. I was trying to do two things at once and it did not work. Why does this always happen? There we go. And you can always text us as well with your name and your city and state. That way we can save you. Because right now I know Augie's calling. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. It's Augustine.
I see that from our handy dandy caller ID that we have here now because we saved your info. So if you want to have us save your info, you can always text us 201-305-0894. Text us your name, your city, and your state. Now, Augustine.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Augie? How do you feel about the list of the hottest bald men in the world?
I'm not a fan of it. I think Shamar Moore should definitely, I agree with you guys, he should definitely be up there because he's so, I mean, he's quite attractive. Like, he's on SWAT now, and he's been doing 5 seasons of it, and he's really, really, really good. And I definitely don't think The Rock should also be up there. There's so many...
You do or you don't think The Rock should be there?
The Rock should definitely be up there.
Okay.
I think number 3 spot would be really good, and then Jason as well. But, like, there's so many things. Like, did they take into consideration that The Rock and Shamar is slightly darker skin when they were, thinking about that shine factor? Did they check out their
darker
first
skin
tweet
shinier?
videos?
No, less shinier, I would say.
Oh, less
probably.
shiny. Okay.
Well, and Shamar has hair on the top of his head, so he's going to have no shine. So how would he get up there?
I don't know.
There you go. And then also, like, their first tweets could also be a good indication as to how much people love them, Like, I mean, how much are they measuring based on who's getting the most amount of love versus the least amount of love? Like, that's to consider. And then also, like, what the heck does net worth have to do with anything?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Which I guess maybe if you're able to parlay your looks into wealth, but I don't know if that matters either.
I don't know. They also should have taken into consideration like the size or shape of their head, because as much as I think Shamar is hot, he's got a skinny head.
I think Prince William actually. I know we gave Joe Rogan a lot of crap. Bruce Willis we kind of glanced over. I don't know if he deserves that much attention on the list. Prince William should not even be in the top 10.
No.
He looks real weird.
That should be at the bottom.
He was hotter when he was younger.
He just looks real weird.
On the other hand.
Is there anyone you would,
exactly.
before we let you go, Augustine, is there anyone
Augie,
that,
he said.
oh, Augie, is there
Augie,
anyone
yes.
that you would add to the list that isn't on there?
Yeah, Shaq O'Neal. Like, have we not added him? Like, he's worth a buttload of money.
That is true. If you're going by
He's
height,
bold.
if height and net worth are part of this equation and social media adoration, people love Shaq.
Yeah,
But that's all he's got.
yeah,
He's probably got a really
People
shiny
love
head because
Shaq.
he's a sweaty guy.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
that's-
he should be. He definitely comes in that number. I mean, he can go toe to toe with The Rock for number 3, and I'll be happy with that.
I could see him rounding. I could see him at the bottom of the top 10. I could see him bumping out
Yeah,
Mike Tyson. I could see him bumping out
For
Joe
sure.
Rogan, Bruce Willis.
Okay. No, I
Yeah.
like Bruce in there.
Do you like him because he's
Yeah.
attractive, or you just like Bruce Willis, or do you feel bad
I
for
think
him?
he's attractive.
Okay.
Uh,
Audrey, thank
yeah,
you very much for hitting us up, man. We
yeah.
appreciate it.
Sorry, one more thing before
yeah.
before we hang out. So my friend from the U.S. was in London, sent me the merch. I just got the letter today. I'm going to get the merch that I've ordered from the 3 You Look Great collections, and I will wear them and send you and tag you on Instagram.
That's
Yay!
awesome.
I just
Wait,
wanted
so
to let you guys
you
know.
ordered each time and you're getting all of them now?
Each time, all of them.
That's
Yes.
a whole new wardrobe.
Seriously.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's like a whole. I think I have like 5 hoodies, and then I feel like you guys also put the mocha shots in there and the lip balm. I was like, wow, this is way too much, but it was worth it. So
That's cool.
after
so
a year
cool.
and a half of waiting, it's all here.
I'm so
there you
excited
go.
to hear what you think of everything and for you to try the gummies. That'll be awesome.
And to get some pictures
Oh yeah,
from.
I cannot wait. I will take all the photos. I'm sure it's very soft. I cannot wait for the tie dye. I think the tie dye is going to be really good.
This is the best.
That's
All
so
right.
cool.
Yeah, represent. That's
Alright.
exciting.
All right,
And
Yeah.
obviously, have a
All right.
great day. You look great.
you look great, guys.
Oh, you look great. I didn't say it.
That's why I said it for you. I said it for us, you know.
Oh, Lenny's right. J.K. Simmons hotter than Joe Rogan.
J.K. Simmons, the Allstate guy? Or no, what? Farmers Insurance.
Mhm.
That guy is good looking?
No, but he's hotter than Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
I would even say, is he bald? The guy for the progressive "Don't Be Like Your Parents" commercial. I put him above Joe Rogan.
No, that guy's not. He's got a full head of hair, though.
Oh.
You just named a person. Who else? What are some good people that are not on the list? Because I do agree with what Audrey said. I mean, if you're looking at the criteria they used,
Oh, Terry Crews would be a
Shaq
good
should
one.
be on there. Terry Crews, very good looking dude.
I mean, then Michael Jackson, yeah.
Huh?
Then Michael Jordan.
Oh.
I'm just saying Michael Jackson from Seahawks.
Who else do we have here? Yeah, Terry Crews is on the list again, according to some other people.
I'm looking up hot bald guys.
Just random hot bald guys.
There's definitely soccer players.
Dolvet Quince. Who do we know who that is?
Ooh, Tay Diggs. He's
Tay
got to
Diggs.
be like number 1 or 2.
Oh, let's see. We got another call. I just left the screen.
Scotty, good morning.
Good morning, Scotty.
Doing?
Hello.
We're doing great. Just Googling hot dudes, hot bald dudes.
Hot bald guys. So I have a couple weigh-ins on this. So first of all, I think it's completely about time that men get judged. We judge women all the time on these lists. So I think it's huge that that's happening. But again, like the women's lists, like all these criteria and all this stuff is just so
Right.
blown out. It's just like, it's just so crazy.
Well, yeah,
It's
of
like,
course. I mean, the
what's
list is
beautiful to
by
me.
almost definition, the list is just stupid.
Hello, Channing Tatum.
Is he bald?
Yeah, I know. He's bald now. He's hot as
Oh.
F.
Okay, but according to
But-
you, you were saying what?
Well, it's one of those things where it's like I find so many people beautiful in different ways, and you people beautiful in different ways. So it's kind of like, how do we pinpointing these things? So yes, Wills. I mean, some people still find him super hot. Good
Bruce
for them.
Willis?
Yeah.
No, Wills. Sorry,
Who's Will?
room age. So he was known by Wills when I was a kid.
Who is?
Who is that?
Prince William.
Oh, Will. We
His
were both
nickname was
very
Will.
confused. Yeah, but
Yeah.
was he more attractive when he had hair? Is that what's
Oh,
made,
God, yeah.
is that what has made him
Absolutely.
less attractive? Maybe.
Absolutely, he was way hotter with hair.
I think he needs to
So
like.
then, Scotty, who would you have added to the list?
Well, actually, I had it earlier and I forgot the guy's name. And thankfully, to somebody, I think it was Chris in Texas. Patrick Stewart should be on there. Represents some age here. He's
But-
hot.
Do we actually think Patrick Stewart is good looking? Or is he just
He's
classic?
both.
He's like a classic human.
I mean, he's been good looking, bald, perfectly shiny head for the
I'd,
past 45, 50 years.
I don't know that I can put
I
him
will
on.
say we got to give him credit for being one of the first like epically cool bald dudes.
Yeah.
Give him
Right,
credit for that.
True. But I mean, again, everyone loves people for something different, you know?
Yes.
I mean, some people find people attractive because of their brain, not their body or their physical looks. So it's kind of like,
What they should have done is taken every bald guy, put him into the golden ratio thing, and
Yeah.
just done it off of that.
yep, I agree with you.
Because the shine thing is weird.
Yeah,
That's
the
weird.
only thing they really used for looks
What's it
is
called?
the golden ratio and then public opinion, because public opinion also, based on the time that you're doing that survey, I mean, if they did this survey, 100 years ago, maybe the answers would be different. Obviously, it'd be different people, but
Yeah.
people look for different things over time. Think about the modeling industry. In the early 90s, it was like rail thin models, and then curves came back and they're going away. And then, over time,
Oh,
tastes
no.
change.
Curves are staying. We're keeping them.
Well, the other thing too is that half of those guys in that list are artificially bald. They basically are balding, so they just shave their head.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
Classically bald.
What defines classically bald? Like Stanley Tucci, I feel like probably has some hair up there.
He's the closest.
No.
He's one of the closest to be like fully bald.
Him and Bruce Willis.
I feel like if your head can have pretty much hair almost all the way around or all the way around, even if it's thin as crap, you don't count. Like it shouldn't
Interesting.
count. But if you have like the monk, like only around the back, maybe around the ears, you can shave that off, and that's technically a full head of bald hair.
Yeah, because
Or
even
full head
Prince.
of bald hair. Full head of bald hair. What
I'm
does that
gonna
mean?
put the picture of Prince William back on the screen real quick, because even if you look at Prince William here,
He's not bald.
he's got
He's
a decent
balding.
amount of hair on top of his head.
He shouldn't be on the list.
Yeah. Anyway, Scotty, we're gonna let you go.
Maybe in 15 years. Okay.
Thank you very much for
You're
hitting
the
us up, man.
best.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, and just, let's not lose our hair tones, okay?
I'll
keep
do my best. I can't
No,
make any
we'll
promises.
get you guys on the hot list.
Can't make any promises. Have a good one.
All right, you guys rock. You too.
Bye.
You
Bye-bye.
look great.
You look great. I don't think I think bald guys are hot.
I
Like
mean-
I don't know why it's like such a thing. Like, oh, he's cool. He's bald.
Well, I think
Like-
in reality, as men, I can probably say with 99% confidence that every guy watching this right now or listening to this right now, at some point, whether you're bald now or still have a full head of hair, you have panicked about losing your hair. It's just something that guys do because for so long, Scotty mentioned it earlier, how women get judged and
Mhm.
ranked a lot in public discourse. But guys also for so long have been made fun of for losing their hair. It was like, and it still happens today. We I think in public discussion have
Oh, I agree.
skewed away from making fun of women for their weight or their looks. But it's still very prevalent with men, and it's
fair.
still very much accepted with men. Like we still make fun of men for being overweight.
Oh
We still
God.
make-
Oh God.
What? What'd you do?
You had everybody's phone numbers up.
Oh, sorry.
Don't call anybody.
I'll delete that from YouTube later.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think we still. What did you do here?
I just hit X.
Oh, okay.
You ready to give me crap? You left the phone numbers
I
up.
did. I apologize. I will take that down. I promise.
It won't be
Um,
on YouTube. But you can't. You can take it down from Twitch.
Yeah, I'll take it down. But we still it's still very much accepted to make fun of men for those same things, and I think guys have been made fun of for being bald for
But
so
I
long
think
that
it's
it's like
guys that make fun of each other.
women
Yeah.
make fun of guys for being bald and short all the time.
I don't make.
No, I'm not saying you. You don't represent every woman, but women. I mean, on social media, how many women out there just destroy short men with their posts and their comments? A lot.
Well,
Like,
it's
a lot.
normally if the guy is being creepy, because being creepy, you open the door to being made fun of for everything.
Well, yeah, but I think oftentimes I've literally seen it. There are women who are like, if you're under 5'8", don't even come talk to me.
Okay, well that's just
Like blah blah, and it happens all the time. Let's see. 83 Marie Smith said, "I agree, Carla Marie. More guys make fun of bald guys than women talk about it." I don't know.
You're just hanging around with the wrong women that are making fun of dudes for being bald.
Lenny said, if you're under 6 feet, usually is when you get made fun of as a guy. We've talked about it before, where when I went on that modeling audition, what the guy said to me when he found out I was 5'11"?
Yeah, should have worn heels.
He was basically like, well, I mean, you're still pretty good looking, but if you're 5'11", if you're not, or he said, if you're not 6 feet tall, you're going to need like an 8-pack more than a 6-pack. I said, okay, man.
Yeah, but that's the modeling industry. What do you expect?
Yeah. Alicia from the 215. And I appreciate the honesty, Alicia. She said, I'm guilty of it. I won't date anyone less than 5'10". I'm 5'6".
Okay, that's
so
fair.
I like someone taller than me.
Yeah, but she's 5'6".
She's okay.
Okay, but her not dating someone and her going online and post like, Alicia, do you have in your dating profile, don't swipe if you're over 5 or under 5, whatever. That's the difference.
I guarantee you, if there are guys right now who have the dating apps on their phone, it will take you less than 15 swipes to find a woman who says, don't swipe right if you're under so-and-so height. Guaranteed. Because, I mean, when I had the apps, I saw it all the time.
Maybe you're just super self-conscious and like hypersensitive about it because you're under 6.
But aren't we all hypersensitive about anything that we perceive as less than desirable? Right? If you think that being overweight is less than desirable, wouldn't you be hypersensitive to that? Just like men would be hypersensitive to being short or bald or whatever.
Yes, but I'm saying maybe you were hypersensitive to it because you weren't 6 feet.
No, I will say I usually passed the bar because normally it was like 5'10" was the cutoff for a lot of women.
We should make dating apps profiles and then can we put them on the screen on our phone and swipe?
Yeah.
Is that legal to stream your dating app?
I mean, it's public. Anyone can make an account and see all of that information. Right? It's not like we're not posting private conversations or anything. Tyrese. Is Tyrese fully bald?
Yeah.
Tyrese, I mean, one of like the better looking guys probably ever is Tyrese.
So you have Tyrese, Vin Diesel, and The Rock all in Fast and Furious, and they're all bald dudes.
It should be called, the next one should be Fast and Furious, Bald and Beautiful. Eats and Tweets says, I'm 5'11" and a half and often taller than my dates or the same height. And then it was Jess, I believe, from Minnesota. I'm 6 feet, so I've dated plenty of shorter guys, really a small pool otherwise. That is true. I think that's the other thing that women don't realize about height is getting past 6 feet is actually very uncommon. Like the bell curve of human height, it's most people fall between 5'3" and 5'11". This is like the biggest part of the population. Outside of those, it drops off dramatically. And then once you get past 6'2", it's even lower. What was that noise?
I'm thinking of the heights that I've dated.
All right, next thing we got to talk about. And this is not a fun topic, but it's something that should be talked about because women deal with shit like this all the time. I don't know anything about this. So Amaranth went on her stream. Amaranth is a huge Twitch streamer. Her real name is
Kate?
Kate, yes. And it turns out, and I didn't know this. I don't think anyone knew this about her. Thank you for the hydration reminder, Mr. Miami Cool. Let me get that.
I just felt it come through. I didn't even see it.
She went on her stream this weekend, and the stream is not available now, but a couple people took screenshots and screen recorded it. Apparently, she got a husband that no one really knew about in, the Twitch space. And he's been super mentally and verbally abusive. And a lot of the streams that she does, especially the 24-hour streams, the bikini streams, the hot tub streams, he's essentially forcing her to do because it makes so much money. And I guess because they're married, he has access to all her accounts, and he's threatened to shoot her dog. He's threatened to delete her accounts, like her social accounts. He's threatened to take all her money. And this all came out over the weekend. And yet, that's the crazy part. Angela Spokane, he's digitally pimping her out. Obviously, she's not physically doing things, so it's a little bit different.
So when she did that interview with Anthony Papadilla, Padilla.
What did you call first?
Papadilla. Didn't she say something that like someone has threatened to shoot her dog?
That was, I think, a viewer, but it could have been her husband, I guess.
So
But
now what? Who came out with this? Her?
She did. Yeah, she was on the phone with her alleged husband.
Oh, why are you saying alleged?
Well, because this is all brand new information. Like no one even knew that she was married until a couple days ago. And it could have been anyone's voice technically.
Right.
I don't want to like discredit her at all, but I'm just saying allegedly she was on the phone with her husband and having an argument, and she's getting him to kind of admit to some of the things that he said or did. It's just wild.
So she filmed the video, wasn't live, obviously.
It was on her stream. It was live.
Well, then he would have known.
I don't know. That's why it's a little weird, but yeah, one of the parts is that I guess she claims he threatened to shoot her dog. Let's see. Jen said some of the comments on the tweets about this are terrible. Men are pissed that she's married. Like whatever. She wasn't going to date you anyway. Yeah, I'm sure the absolute worst of humanity has come out.
Oh yeah.
To somehow defend the husband or be mad at her for this, but it's one of those things that because of how big she is in this space and on OnlyFans, like this is going to hopefully shed some light on the abuse that some women still take, no matter how successful they are. Radio Fam says she hasn't been online since, but it was also only, I think, 2 days ago. Was this on Saturday or Sunday that it happened? And I mean, she streams 6 days a week usually, but
I'm just Caitlin is her name.
Caitlin? Yeah. But it's just a crazy, crazy situation that we're still getting a lot of information.
The video
on.
has been removed.
Yeah, but I can share.
Clips are circulating.
If you just search for the story and write Twitter, there's a Twitter thread of a couple different videos. I saw it because Sean Tempesta posted it yesterday, who I believe is on Twitch in like 5 minutes.
Jeez, I was just reading it. I guess her therapist or his therapist told him it's a form of emotional abuse and that his wife, her, is basically living in a fancy prison.
Yeah. And that's the saddest part is, especially after you watch that video that we've talked about that the Radio Fam shared, you start wondering how much of this she actually enjoys and how much of it she's been forced to do, almost like the article says, in this weird, famous, fancy prison.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Almost like she's a show pony or like a circus animal, you know, that's like sent out there for the audience. It's crazy. Jen said her name was trending on Twitter this morning. I recognized it since you mentioned her a few times.
How old is she?
I don't know. It's a great question. I want to say she's like 29-ish.
28.
Close enough. Or at least the internet says she's 28. Who knows? Scotty said, this makes me sad. Money and fame can really mess people up. Yeah. Just wild.
I'm sure he was crazy before that.
True. Oh, and I guess one of the reasons people didn't know she was married is because it was her husband's idea to sell like the image. Almost, this actually sounds, minus the spousal abuse, sounds like a lot of the situations you hear of with like boy bands.
Oh, they're going to say in
Or-
radio.
No, not radio. Like boy bands and young female musical artists where they're forced essentially to show this very manicured public image of being single, you know, and available to anyone. I mean, we've talked to people who were in boy bands and they weren't allowed to talk about real relationships they were in because their management wanted them to seem single to, you know, the hordes of little girls that fantasized about them.
Because then people get mad. Like these
Mhm.
tweets are like, oh, but I was giving you money thinking you were single.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm dying.
Who's the guy? I would imagine he must have a social media presence. Have they/she released? She did not release his name. from what I gathered, because I tried to find as many articles. There's only like 2 or 3 that really like break everything down. Let's see. Michelle said, wait, speaking of boy bands, did you see the BTS thing about them going into the military?
Oh,
It is real. And it's going to be in
Well, I knew
tomorrow's
they
morning
were.
show podcast, but they had deferred up until now their 1 or 2 years of mandatory military service in South Korea, which is actually common in a lot of places around the country. I know in Lebanon, you have to do at least a year. Israel, you've got to do a year. And they were trying to get it deferred based on their status. And the South Korean government said, no, you still have to do it. So they're all going to do it at the same time. And hopefully by 2025, be able to reconvene as a group.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So I found this guy who was tweeting in 2020.
Mhm.
His social media account says that he is her husband. His last tweets were November 2020, and one of them is, to all Emirates obsessed fans who think I forced her into the marriage, think again. This is her own signature on our marriage application.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that necessarily proves anything.
I think this.
Is it? Do you think it's real?
I don't think that's it. It can't be, but that's crazy.
Yeah, Texas Chris said mandatory military service is a lot more common in smaller countries. It is.
Wait.
And then Danny B said, I just logged in. Who's this girl or who's the girl? So we're talking about Amaranth, who is a huge star on Twitch and makes a whole lot of money on OnlyFans. And the fact that it turns out, allegedly, she has an abusive husband who has been forcing her to do some of the streams, especially the more risque ones like the hot tub streams and stuff like that.
Apparently, it is that guy.
Crazy. And Angela in Spokane brings up a very good point. That means the signature on the document means nothing. Plenty of people get into a marriage, then find out how much of a monster they are after they're already married. It's very true. Yeah, also a weird thing to say. Yeah, this proves I didn't force her. Here's a signature. Like,
But that was 2020, so something was going on then.
just a sad situation, which obviously we're going to kind of keep tabs on to see where this all goes, what other information comes out. But just crazy stuff. And another, to tweak this conversation a little bit and go to something that's more general, it's another reason you can't look at any success people have and assume that their life is fantastic.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right? Because from the outside, it does look, or it did at least look, like Amaranth had everything going for her, right? She gets to choose when she streams and doesn't have to work for anyone. Makes millions of dollars a month from sponsorships, OnlyFans, Twitch
Money
subscriptions.
doesn't fix everything.
But you never know what's really going on behind closed doors.
Like, we make no money, but things are great otherwise.
Sometimes. I don't know if her video got blocked or
I
if
think
she took it
deleted
down.
Yeah.
Maybe for safety reasons, legal reasons.
And if he didn't know that she was recording, then that could be a legal issue.
So we'll leave you with this to turn it to a positive direction.
Sports.
I was going to say, regardless of what you think people have going on in their life, be kind, because you never know how shitty it can be and if they're just putting on a brave face. Sports.
I told my family they can come in just to wave.
Are they here?
I got to get them.
Are we doing sports or are you going to go to your family? Because you yelled sports a couple seconds ago. What are we going to do?
Just like yesterday was the Seahawks game, and I was there doing in-stadium stuff. And before the game, for rehearsals, I had to just be a stand-in for Steve Rabel, who is the voice of the Seahawks, because they did kind of an induction ceremony at halftime for Sean Alexander. They were adding his name to the Ring of Honor in the stadium.
Do they have to move things?
I
Or
don't
is
know.
that
I think
just
it
a
was
spot?
empty. I think it was
Okay.
empty. So they had us kind of just stand in for them during rehearsal. And when it was my turn to go to the mic, I had to count just to test the audio. I obviously wasn't going to give a speech, which I really wanted to do. I know. So I had to count And then we had to do that a few times. I had to count backwards from 12, like all these different things. So we finished rehearsals and I go walk off to the sidelines and there's a Cardinals player or coach walking the field because a lot of times players will come out before the game, get in just like a walking warm up. And he's like, hey, did a good job counting. I understood every number. I was like, thanks. I didn't even practice. And it sucks. It's like he wasn't wearing a number.
Yeah.
I went through the whole roster. I didn't recognize any of them because I wanted to see who it was.
It could have been a coach. It could have been an athletic trainer.
Yeah, a lot. For Seahawks, a lot of times that's who's out there before the game running. It's athletic trainers and stuff. But then when the game started, I was out there. JJ Watt was stretching right next to me. I got video. Damn, I didn't send it to you.
We're not doing it right now because it's going to take
tomorrow.
Too long.
Oh, but I learned more sports things I was
Like
going to
what?
tell you about. But I guess I can show you tomorrow, or do you want to know now?
Go for it.
There was a man. This is his job at every game. He's the orange lobster guy. Have you ever seen orange lobster arms?
No.
He wears these giant orange, like, oven mitts.
Okay.
And his job the whole game is when, like, TV goes to his ear and is like, we're going to a timeout soon. His job is to pick up the orange lobster gloves and do this. And he just stands on the sidelines. And that's how we know, all right, there's going to be a TV timeout. Get ready to go out there and do your hit.
Is he doing that for you or for the refs?
Everyone.
Or
Refs, coaches.
So who does he work for? Who does number two
NFL.
work for? Okay.
He works for the NFL.
So
And-
like ESPN, Fox will go to him and be like, hey, Randy, we're going to commercial. Put the X's up.
And they decide commercial based
Wakanda
on, like,
forever.
how exciting the game is or what's going on. Let's put in the commercial break here because people are going to sit through it.
Well, there are built-in times for timeouts.
Nope. It's just when this guy says
No,
it.
there are built-in times.
No, but it's not. It's only that because there are built-in times. But if there's in the middle of a play, they're not going to go to a timeout.
No. I know that. But it's not just they're not like, oh, action's great, let's pause.
They are.
It's usually turnovers, any sort of change of possession,
Not always.
timeouts.
Not always. And also, there's sometimes that we don't go to timeouts because sometimes we're
Yes.
slotted for 4 timeouts and we don't do it. So, orange lobster guy. I'll show you.
Is it the same orange lobster guy every game?
I don't know. I just learned about him yesterday. I got a video of orange lobster guy, so I'll show you guys. Wait.
Yeah, and someone said it earlier because obviously the Yankees are playing the Guardians, which I still find myself calling the old team name, but
Look at him.
show the peoples. So he just walks around with those the whole time.
His hand's got to be so hot.
He's gonna be
Or
like
in the
real
winter,
sweaty
it's got to
palms.
be great.
So yesterday, I forgot who said it in the chat. Huge day for the state of New York, not even just the city. The Bills beat the Chiefs. The Jets went into Lambeau. Both of these games are on the road. Jets went into Lambeau and beat the Packers. Giants were at home and beat the Ravens. And then the Yankees on the road stretched out this series to at least game 5, which will be today. We'll see if they...
How did the Rangers and
Continue.
the Islanders do?
I don't think they played yet. And then basketball will start on Tuesday. But an incredible day for New York sports. Not a good day for Cleveland sports because the Browns
That's expected.
lost to a guy who I think just stepped on the football field for the first time like 3 days ago. The Patriots quarterback.
Oh.
And then
Did you guys see Tom Brady screaming at his team on the sidelines because
Yeah.
he's a big, dumb bully?
he did lose it. I can defend throwing the inanimate object on the ground. I also don't know what happened on the sidelines.
He may as well just attack people by crying next game.
He could. Imagine. And today, it's a big, big day. I know we have a lot of people in Cleveland who have been messaging me.
Well, we're
About the game?
What time's the game?
4:00.
Our time.
Our time, yeah. 7:00 East Coast time in New York. Yankee Stadium, the cathedral of baseball.
It's gonna be crazy in that place.
Philly had a great weekend as well. The Phillies won. They're headed to the NLCS. And the Eagles are still undefeated, which I believe they're the only undefeated team left in the NFL, 6-0.
That's crazy town.
And I normally don't cheer for Philly teams, but I do love the quarterback for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts. I'm a big fan of him, big fan of his whole story from Alabama to Oklahoma to Philadelphia.
Was this the Oregon Trail? What the hell is this guy doing?
Well, here's the cool thing about Jalen Hurts for people who don't know. He was a national championship caliber quarterback at Alabama for 2 seasons. I think he lost a total of 2 games. And Tua, who is now playing in Miami, came in as the hero at the end of a national championship game and won them that game with a pass to a wide receiver who is actually now playing for the Eagles as well. And the coach decided to make a change for the following season and go with Tua over Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts did not complain. He was a professional teammate, did his time that year, and then transferred to Oklahoma and still said nothing bad about Saban, Alabama. Tua had like the utmost respect, had a great season at Oklahoma, and then has transitioned to be a great starting quarterback.
My sports stories are better.
You
come here next week with an orange lobster guy story and we'll listen. Oh, the Islanders won on Saturday.
There you go. Is Long Island really part of New York, though? Long Island should be its own. I know all of the boroughs should probably be broken up, but like you should take the whole island that is Long, right, with Queens and Brooklyn and the rest of Long Island, and just make it its own state. It should, and get rid of all the boroughs. Staten Island should be its own city on its own.
I mean, it basically is.
But it's part of New York City.
But your address isn't New York, is it? Isn't it Staten Island?
I don't know. If you live in Staten Island or Queens, Lenny, let us know.
I'm still singing Going Down to Chattanooga. All right, let me go get these dummies really quick.
Are they coming in?
My legs. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I took my niece to Orange Theory on Saturday.
Why don't you bring your niece in first, then you can talk.
Oh my God, I'm so sore. Hello? What are you doing? Come here.
They're coming from the pearly gates of heaven. Vicky Vitz, thank you very much for the subscription at Tier 1. Appreciate that. Currently on a 21-month streak.
Damn, Daniel. Oh, this worm salt is something.
I love the worm salt. I put it on my popcorn once. It's actually pretty good.
I almost bought you popcorn flakes this weekend. I didn't know what it was. That was yeast. You can come in, Gav.
Yeah, Queens has over 2.2 million people. It can be its own city. It has more people than Seattle does.
Oh, cool shirt, Mom. Where'd you get that? 1995? Look.
Wow, what's wrong with the shirt? It's a cool shirt.
I know. I'm pretty sure I wore it for my school photo. Shut the door.
You did not. I just bought it a couple of months ago.
So why are they doing a prison line up here? What are you going to do?
I just wanted. Well, everyone was asking where they were, and now we actually have room to see them.
Why don't you replace me? Here you go.
What's one of them?
I don't know.
You don't want us to talk.
Well, then no one's going to hear you if you don't have a microphone.
And people can ask you quick questions about the
Let me get
weekend.
out of the way. Someone can take this chair, whoever wants it. Go for it.
Gab.
No one wants it.
Gab.
You're young and beautiful. Go ahead.
Hello. You can put on headphones.
They might be pretty warm, so just.
Mm.
I got clean ears. I shower every morning.
There you go. Gabriella, how was Orange Theory?
It was good.
Into the microphone, ma'am.
It was good. I liked it.
Are you going to
I was
sign up?
very sore after
I'm sore today.
today.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to look at that?
Well, yeah, technically here, but you can look at me. What do you think about Washington? Claire wants to know.
I love Washington. This is my 4th time visiting out here.
So.
What do you think, Mom? This is your first
this was
visit.
my sister's first visit after me living here for almost 7 years. You're going to have to talk into the microphone.
Hi.
Such a dork.
I just don't like to fly that often, but it was great. We had an awesome time.
And they had all the smoke in the air.
Yep. Well, the smoke in the air. We had it was nice. Good time.
Actually, that's funny. Lenny says this. Has she experienced the Seattle freeze? So there's this idea that people in Seattle are not nice and not friendly. But you kept saying how nice everyone was.
Well, you know what? Honestly, the people that were at the stores were super nice. Like all the workers, very, very nice.
But-
the people on the street were like knocking into me, not saying,
but
sorry.
but if you went to New York City, what would happen?
I would say something to them.
No, I mean, they would do the same thing.
Um,
They'd say sorry, though.
yeah, they would say sorry.
That's
They
the
don't really
difference.
Say sorry around here. I'm just was a little taken back. But the workers are really, really nice, and I'm sure there are a lot of nice people.
Something
That's the thing.
you notice is like on the East Coast, a lot more people make like small talk. But like
yes.
here, if
That's
you
the
like say
Seattle
something to
phrase.
someone, they're kind of like,
Why are
"Oh
you
God,
talking?
Why are you talking to me?" Yeah.
Yep, it's real, 100%. Is that the Marie I met at One Republic? No, I think
Oh,
I
well.
met Alyssa.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who it was. So.
It was Life is a Hike, Larry, but it was Alyssa, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it probably wasn't me.
What does Mama Marie think about the food? I still can't believe she's never had a taco. Well, we took her to my favorite restaurant. We took her to Stone Burner, which is the best restaurant in Seattle. And
Which was the Stone Burner? You got to explain to me.
The one where you
food.
had the steak.
Saturday night,
Oh, no.
talk there.
No. Did
Oh,
not
but-
like that.
But you like Din Tai Fung.
Oh, I like, what's that?
Din
That's
Tai
what you had
Fung.
Oh,
the
that was
dumplings.
excellent. I really enjoyed that. We could have went there every night and I would have been happy. And what was the other thing you just said about the other? I didn't care for anything except for the string beans. Was that with the string beans?
The green beans, yeah.
The green beans.
The
And
microphone,
I
ma'am.
hate green beans, but these were really good. And the broccoli.
So that's what you liked at Din Tai Fung.
No, I'm so confused. Seattle's air is making me.
Stone Burner, she's talking
Oh,
about.
Stone Burner.
You like the broccoli?
Yeah, I liked all of that stuff. And then the tea tai fung thing, that was
She
excellent.
liked everything
except
there.
for the hot.
Okay.
Except for the spicy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions, children? For Mama Marie?
What kind of food do they have there? Oh, my favorite restaurant at Stone Burner. It's like it's American. It's like a twist on different things. Like you'll get charred broccoli, but it's served over like not necessarily a hummus, but like a sesame type tahini paste.
Yeah, it was. I think it was tahini.
That was at Din Tai Fung.
Oh, the olives.
Oh my god.
Oh, crispy stuffed olives. Gabriella played babysitter yesterday at the Seahawks game.
Yeah, that was
She had
fun.
to take these two into the stadium.
No, I'm not 90. I'm not 90.
I am not neither. I'm closer though. But.
No, the stadium is like different. from
Lumen
what we're
Field
used to.
is a
Up
maze.
and down, up. It's just like
Yeah, it's a very confusing stadium.
It is.
It took us about 45 minutes to find our seats because
I told
everyone
you.
kept saying different things when I was asking where the seats were, and then you had to like access it from a certain level. You couldn't
Well,
get to that level.
They were in
unless
the
you did
Hawks
on-
Nest, so
Yeah,
they were in the craziest part of the stadium.
but it was fun.
Oh yeah.
Mommy wanted to throw stuff at people that were standing in front of her.
Yeah, my mom was mad that people were standing up at the game and she couldn't see.
But it was funny because the person that was standing in front of me got mad at the girl that stood up next by him, in front of him. So what's that mean?
Why?
Because he finally decided to sit, and the girl in front of him stood up to cheer, and he goes to the friend, look, she's standing up.
Double standard.
Like, really, though?
Okay. Well, they had a great time. They'll be back in a year. But it's been fun. I'm gonna everyone wave goodbye. I'm gonna do this. We'll be back here tomorrow morning. Thanks.
Jersey
Without
girl.
us.
Okay, love you. Oh no, what happened? Oh no, I hit the wrong thing. Where's the end? We're still
end
on.
stream right
no,
there.
I know. There's an end. Excuse me. Don't open that door.
Oh, Jesus. Don't open the door.
You are still on camera.
Oh.
Everyone's sending little "you look great" things. Look.
Oh, you look great.
Where's the end? He doesn't have it. We have like a
might
little
need
end
Anthony.
screen, but I don't know. We did shots already. Anthony, I can't find the goodbye stream thing.
There he is. Don't open that door. We're still on.
I can't find the goodbye thing. Everyone's sending all the little "you look great" emotes.